Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with today's tech guest, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, don't hit that fast forward button. These are all companies that I used as an AD. They're all great companies. I trust them. I want you to trust them too. So take the next couple of minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our interview, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. We'd like to thank our friends at Huddle for their support. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. Our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Our kids loved the videos. Our parents loved the streaming, but there's a lot more. Go to huddle.com. Join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. Your students are on social media, and if they're not seeing content celebrating their accomplishments and promoting your program, you're really missing out on a great opportunity. Go to Gipper.com. They're going to have you creating world-class content in seconds, and it's so easy, even I can do it. The website is Gipper.com. Take a look at them today. We'd like to thank Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com, schedule a live web demo to see their score tables and their score boards in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made. That's sidelineinteractive.com. We'd like to thank Hometown Ticketing. Hometown is the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. I don't think I need to say anything more. Go to hometownticketing.com. It's digital ticketing that offers more. We want to say thanks to Snap Raise. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and then been disappointed in the results? Those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. It's hands down the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at our school with great success. Our coaches loved it. Our parents loved it. It works. Go to snapraise.com. Check out their other great platforms, but if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it. snapraise.com. We want to say thank you to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record board for all the teams, for all the events, or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. It's also a great way to tell your school's unique history and brag about your proudest moments. The website is vitalsignswalloffame.com. We'd like to thank Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Now, I didn't get my master's from Ohio University, but my assistant athletic director did, and it was a great experience. It's affordable, just 20 months, and they also allowed him to complete 11 NIAAA leadership training courses while he was doing his master's degree, all for the same price. Go to ohio.edu/info/MAA, the Ohio University Online Masters in Athletic Administration. We want to say thank you to Home Campus. Home Campus is a platform that you will use every single day. Things like scheduling, rosters, scores, communication. How about student athlete eligibility and clearance? Who doesn't do that every day? Home Campus does all of these things and more, and it does them better and it does them faster. To get started, just go to homecampus.com. That's it, homecampus.com. And we'd like to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic directors already get feedback, but most of the time it's from a very small group and it's just a bunch of complaints. Athletic Surveys will connect you to that group at your school, but they're also going to connect you to the 98% that supports your program. And that information is incredibly valuable, especially when you're visiting with a frustrated parent or maybe your principal or even your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We're staying right here in Florida today. We've got a really cool guest, Chris Delessandro. Chris is the owner of a company called Big Head Custom. And I know a little bit about the company. I was intrigued, thought he'd be a great guest and the product would be great for our listeners. So, Chris, welcome to the Educational AD podcast.
Good to be here. Appreciate the opportunity, Jake.
Well, it's we're recording this in early August in Florida. That means back to school and back to practice for all of our fall teams. Before we get into the product, Chris, we always like to let our listeners know a little bit about our guests. So share, where'd you grow up? How did you get to this point? What's the Chris Delessandro origin story?
Absolutely. So born in Brooklyn, New York. Been down here in Orlando most of my life. Went to school here, high school here, college here. Actually started off in the after college. My brother and I got into the car business, and we were doing that for a long time. But I'm an artist at heart, and started messing around on my spare time, just doing some things in the garage, and I came up with this process, and it wasn't for these chains. At first, we didn't know about these chains. They didn't exist. So I just had a really cool process. I could take any image, any photograph, and make it sparkle and bling. And it was beautiful. It was just something really cool to look at. Now I had that. What am I going to do with it? And I didn't know, and I kind of set it to the side. And so time went on, and I started tinkering it a little more. And then Instagram caught my eye, and I figured I could start making these. I'm making jewelry out of them, and I started making these really small pieces of jewelry, different logos, car logos, whatever, and started posting them. People started seeing them. They started getting interest. They started sharing the page. The likes started to move, and then boom, we find out that these hip hop guys, up and coming hip hop artists, they wanted something that looked really cool, that they could afford. They didn't have the money to buy diamonds and gold starting out, so this gave them something flashy, clean, and cool looking, and boom, they started buying them, and it took off like wildfire. And then from there, the Miami Hurricanes started the turnover chain craze in 2017. Us being in the same state as the Hurricanes, it kind of fell in our lap, and here we are. Since 2017, this has become almost strictly sports related, these chains, and we're the go-to guys for the turnover chains.
Yeah. Again, it's funny how things can take off like that. I remember, or I can remember 100 years ago when I was in high school or college, stuff like that. If a kid brought out a turnover chain or something like that, the coach would have literally, ripped it off from around your neck and trash it. But now it's okay. It's a different generation, and they've just become wildly popular. And why not? If the kids like them, if it, helps them get motivated, helps them play better, hey, let's use it. We don't have to be that cranky old guy on the front porch. What are some really cool uses that you've seen so far from some of your clients with the custom chain? Any stick out for you?
Well, I'll tell you, they're not just for sports anymore. So we were doing the turnover chain. Start off as a turnover chain. You pick up a fumble, they throw the chain on your neck. You intercept the ball, you get the chain on your neck. And then these things now have trickled into corporate America. They are everywhere. And we've got clients like Bridgestone Tires, Nike, Geico Insurance. And you'd say, well, what are they doing with them? Top salesman of the month. They throw it on their neck. They walk around the office. They strut around the water cooler, and everyone's gunning for these things. And it's just they are everywhere. They're just not for sports anymore. And we're loving it. We do the Nike 3-on-3. We do some work for the Jordan brand. I mean, every day we come into this office, there's something new and exciting waiting for us as soon as we open up the computer and look who's ordering and look at the emails. It just blows our minds where we've come and where we are right now. It's just pretty incredible. It's exciting. Every day is exciting to come in here and see who we're doing work for. It's awesome. We love it. And the customers love it.
Oh, that's got to be cool. Now, let's go and cut to the chase,
Sure.
And let's talk sports. I was a football coach, I was a track coach. So, I want to do this for my football program, or I'm an athletic director and I want to do it for my 25 or 30 different programs, get a themed chain for them.
Yep.
How do I go about it? And, what's it going to cost?
Okay. So it's real simple. First of all, you could check us out on social media. We're on Instagram, Big Head Custom, Facebook, Big Head Custom. There you could at least go and take a look at some of our work. We've got a bunch of videos posted so you can see them actually moving and sparkling, and there you'll be able to see exactly what it is that we create. So if you want to buy one, you head over to bigheadcustom.com. It's a really simple process. If you've got an image, you upload your image, you select gold, silver, or black chain, and you're all set. That's it. We take it from there. And for your listeners, Jake, if they go to check out and they use code Jake15, they're going to get 15% off all the way up until October 15th. So that should help out a little bit. Also, Jake, we have a 24-hour live chat on our website. So if the customer has a couple of questions about their logo, they're not sure it's going to work, you can talk to a live representative 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they'll walk you through the steps and get you in the right direction.
Wow, that's great. We'll put that in the show notes, but that discount was Jake. I love that. Jake 15, Jake 15, and you'll get 15% off.
That's it. All the way till October 15th.
Wow. Appreciate you sharing about the product. Again, I could see myself as a coach or an AD easily getting excited about this. And thanks for that discount as well. If somebody has some questions, they want to pick your brain a little bit more, is that on the website, or is there an email that they can use?
You can reach me directly at bigheadcustom@gmail.com, or you can call me and I'll pick up, usually 407-948-4599. That number's on the website as well. And again, if you can't, and there's the live support that's 24/7. There's always someone that's going to pick up that live chat. So if you can't get us one way, you can get us another way.
All right. Well, again, that's bigheadcustom.com is the website. Chris Delessandro is the owner. Sounds like a pretty cool product. Listeners, go ahead and reach out and let's get some orders going. Chris, thanks so much for coming on the podcast today. All the best moving forward. And we're going to look forward to seeing those on the sidelines and in the gymnasiums as the school year goes on.
I appreciate the opportunity, Jake. And we're going to get one over to you. So hit us up and send us a logo, and we'll put one in your hands.
All right. I love it. The podcast victory chain.
That's right.
I'll be able to hand those out at the conference. I love it.
Absolutely.
For listeners, we love you and we appreciate you tuning in, and just remind you that we upload the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do this segment every week, and just about every day we try to share best practices on the Educational AD Podcast. So come back and join us next time. Well, very cool product. Make sure you check that out, bigheadcustom.com, and get your 15% discount. You got to listen to the podcast if you didn't write that code down. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to say thanks to Gipper, the Huddle, the Home Campus, Hometown Ticketing, Sideline Interactive, Athletic Surveys, Snap Raise, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, and Ohio University. Again, I used every single one of these companies. They're great companies. Please check them out. You're going to be glad you did. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast.